For many years, they have been putting the stigma of abortion on Black women. And Black women have never been leading in this country on abortion. That is the propaganda the usual suspects have been putting out. But I'm going to show you who's been getting the most abortions in America and who's doing the protest. I want you to look at the faces of the women that are protesting. Those are the women that are getting the abortions, ladies and gentlemen. And those are the women, their men are now trying to stop from having these abortions because they are having such a decline in their population. So it's not hard to figure out who's getting the abortion. Just look at the protesters. That should pretty much answer your question right there. So this came out on CBS News May 30th, 2019. The abortion debate is at the center of U.S. political dialogue. Voices from both sides flood social media feeds, newspaper, radio, and television programs. In the last year, attack on reproductive rights sharply increased. In 2019, Georgia, Missouri, Ohio, Kentucky, and Mississippi successfully passed so-called heartbeat bans to prohibit abortion as early as 6 to 8 weeks. Alabama is the first state to pass a complete abortion ban without exceptions for rape or incest. So it doesn't matter if these women are raped or they, get raped by a family member, they have to have the baby, even if they're a child. Due to ongoing legal challenges, these bans have yet to go into effect. One important group's voice is often absent in this heated debate: the women who choose abortion. While 1 in 4 women will undergo abortion in her lifetime, stigma keeps their stories untold. So, in other words, many of these women are getting abortions and keeping that information to themselves. They're not revealing it to anybody around them, including family. As an obstetrician, a gynecologist who provides full spectrum reproductive health care, I hear these stories daily. Unattended pregnancy. In 2011, nearly half of the pregnancies in the US were unattended. This reflects a 6% drop in unattended pregnancies since 2008, largely due to Title X, family planning programs, and easier access to birth control. Unattended pregnancy remains most common among poor women, women of color, and women without a high school education. Women living in poverty have a rate of unattended pregnancy 5 times higher than those with middle or higher incomes. But trust me, ladies and gentlemen, these women of higher income, those are the ones that are out in the streets fighting for these laws not to go into effect, the new abortion laws. Black women are twice as likely to have an unattended pregnancy as white women, but that's true. But in many cases, Black women will keep those babies. Barriers to contraceptive play a major role. Among women with unattended pregnancy, 54% were using no birth control. Another 41% were unconsciously or unconsciously using birth control inconsistently, using birth control at the time of conception. 42% of women with unattended pregnancy choose to end their pregnancy. Now, the women who choose abortion, I want you to look at this chart because, anything negative they always want to put out there about us. But here are the real numbers, ladies and gentlemen. So abortion is a routine part of reproductive health care. Approximately 25% of the women in the US will undergo an abortion before the age of 45. Okay, so this Guttmacher Institute did a research on this. So they're based in New York, but they did nationwide research on who is getting these abortions for the last 50 years. They've been tracking this. So this is based on a 2014 survey revealed the demographic characteristics of 8,380 U.S. women who had abortions. Under the age of 20, 11.9% under the age of 20 got an abortion. Between the ages of 20 to 24, 33.6%. So the highest amount of abortions are between women the age of 20 to 24 years old. The next highest is 25 to 29 years old. That is at 26.5%. 30 to 34 years old, 15.9%. 35 to 39-year-old, 9.1%. 40 or older, 3.1%. Okay, so now let's look at the race of the women that are getting abortions in America. White women, the highest. 38.7% of the abortions in America are white women. Black women, 27.6%. But remember, they keep telling Black women we're having more abortions than anyone else. But I just want you to see how much of that is really, truly a lie. If that were true, you wouldn't see these laws go into effect because they don't care about Black babies. The reason why you see these abortion laws going into effect is because they are disturbed by the high number of white women that are out here getting these abortions. You have to open your eyes and see the real picture here, y'all. But they are playing the propaganda game of putting those abortions on Black women. But look at who's getting the real abortions in America. Hispanic women, 24.8%. Asian Pacific Islander, 5.5%, and other, which is probably of mixed race, mulattoes and stuff, at 3.4%. So white women are at 38.7%, damn near 40% of the abortions in America are white women. No high school diploma. So I want to show you, this is going to really burst all of the myths. Now, they're claiming that most of the abortions are poor, low income, Black women, okay? And these are people without education. But I'm going to show you it's the exact opposite of what they're telling you. It's the women out here that want their careers and don't want a family right now. Those are the ones getting the abortions. So let's look at the educational attainment. No high school diploma. These are women getting abortions with no high school diploma. 8.9%. Women with just a high school education or GED, 27% are getting abortions. Now, listen to the ones that are getting degrees. Some college associate degree, 40.9%. But didn't they say earlier in the article it was people in poverty and high school education? How come the ones with the degrees are getting the most abortions? College graduate, 23.1%. So you can see that's clearly more than somebody without a diploma. So the more educated these women are, the more likely they are to get an abortion. But they're telling you in the media it's the opposite. Number of births prior to an abortion, 0, 40.7%. Okay, some women had at least one child, 26.2%, and women that had 2 children or more, 33.1%. Religion, affiliation. Mainline Protestant, 17.2% of the women that are Protestant are getting abortion. Evangelical Protestant, 12.8%. Roman Catholic, which we know always been high, 23.7%. So much for all that celibacy, right? Other, 8.2%. None. People that don't really practice any type of religion, 38.0%. Family income level. Okay, less than 100% of federal poverty level, 49.3%. 100 to 199% of federal poverty level, 25.7%, and 200% or more of federal poverty level, 25.0%. American women have abortions with similar frequency to women living in other developed nations. The bulk of abortion patients are in their 20s. Women of all races and ethnicity choose abortion. 2014, 39% of abortion patients were white, 28% Black, 25% Latino, and similar women of all religious affiliation choose to end their pregnancy at similar frequencies. All right, so now they give reasons on why many of these women. So they did a survey in 2004, 957 women having abortions. So they were asking them the reason why. And most of them said the timing was wrong for a child. So not ready for a child or another child, timing wrong, 25%. Can't afford a baby now, 23%. Have completed childbearing or have other people dependent on me, children are grown. So these are people, women, I should say, that have dependents that they're taking care of already. So that was 19%. Don't want to be a single mother or am having relationship problems, 8%. Don't feel mature enough to raise another or a child, feel too young, 7%. Would interfere with education or career plans, 4%. Physical problems with my health, 4%. Possible problems affecting the health of the fetus, 3%, and other, 6%. Risk of death. So this really goes into a lot, but ladies and gentlemen, just see what's going on. These laws are being changed because white men want white women to stop having abortions. And they know they're having the most abortions in the country. That's why they are taking measures to change these laws. Trust me, they're not passing one abortion law in this country for the benefit of Black women and never will. Just understand that. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace, family.